Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell speaking publicly for the first time since President Donald Trump paused his so-called reciprocal tariffs on most countries for 90 days. Powell's address on the economy coming in front of a packed crowd of business leaders at an Economic Club of Chicago event in the Loop.
As that great Chicagoan, Ferris Bueller, once noted, life moves pretty fast.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell ended his speech with a moment of levity, despite spending the rest of his talk acknowledging very uncertain times economically, due in part to the Trump administration's policy initiatives.
The level of tariff increases announced so far is significantly larger than anticipated, and the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth.
The ripple effects of Powell's address immediately felt on Wall Street as stocks tumbled to a session low.
Markets are struggling with a lot of uncertainty, and that means volatility. But having said that, they're functioning just about as you would expect them to function.
Despite the uncertainty, Chair Powell maintains the U.S. economy is in a solid position and indicated the Fed may take a wait-and-see approach regarding the economic impact of Trump's tariffs before adjusting interest rates. However, Illinois State Controller Susana Mendoza says if you took the temperature of the business leaders in the room today, they're not as patient.
I think that uncertainty is clearly something that is felt across the board. It was very evident in that room. If you just look to your right, look to your left, talk to anybody, that's what they're talking about. And I think he did his best to calm those fears, but those fears are very real, and we have a job to do to create a more stable and economically fruitful environment.
And it's not just business confidence. Powell also acknowledging most measures of consumer confidence have also plunged, leading to concerns about consumer spending.